And then you hear from deeper in the cavern say, "Oh, guests, you have come. Oh, please, please, do not mind my servant. Come, come in.
What,
Sit a
is he saying
while."
he has rum?
Actually, Mackie, you have no problem hearing it.
Oh.
You've heard nothing else anyone else has said, but you have no problem hearing this.
That's super interesting. He's going to go directly towards the voice. He's super intrigued.
I imagine my character still like screaming and like shooting fire everywhere and just being like the happiest she's ever been.
I guess I'll follow Mackie. Like, what a hospitable person. First, his singing servants, and now he beckons us to his chamber. This is shaping up to be a treasure after all.
It is definitely a woman's voice.
Oh.
A well-cultured woman.
Even better.
Yes.
I'm assuming if you have a servant, that means you're of the means to service a meal.
Oh. Yes, of course. I would not be a I would not be a poor host.
Well, let's hop along.
Runny's very susceptible to peer pressure, so she's going to follow the group.
Yes.
Although we have
an arm around
guest.
Oh, sorry. I put an arm around Rundy and like a half-burning daisy and say, "To our women of culture."
Cheers.
He's up.
There you go, better.
I'm just covered in soot and like dust, and I'm just going in there with a big smile on my face, just going fire.
Yes. So you've rushed forward, right, Justice?
Yes.
You're rushing forward as fast as you can. Yes.
Yeah,
but Justice, you specifically, I want you to roll Young Heart.
Okay. 13.
All right. So you rush ahead as fast as you can, running towards this intriguing voice in your head. Time to see in front of you a cloud of black shards swirling across the floor, just disappearing into darkness just before you've reached it. And you come forward, and in front of you there is a demure young woman, clad in a fine black and white dress, seated upon a comfortable embroidered chair. In front of her, a delicate garden table with 5 other chairs sitting around it. And she holds in her hands a pitcher. And set upon it on the table are 6 porcelain cups of pure white on saucers.
Ooh, don't mind if I help myself to some tea.
Oh, no, please. Sit. Oh, it is wonderful to see such fine people. Come to my parlor. Please. Make yourself at home while I gather refreshments.
Oh, you're too kind.
Oh, yes. No. I could not think of imposing upon you. Besides, my servant, once he is recovered, will be gathering the food for us. I apologize. He seems to be slightly shaken for some reason. He does not normally behave like this, I assure you. I'm so embarrassed for him to see him like this in front of guests.
I would say we normally don't punch people and light them on fire, but that's not true.
I take my like flares and I just put them behind my back and I go, yeah, that sucks.
Yes. Oh, but enough about the foibles of the lower classes. Please introduce yourselves.
You first.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? You please must apologize. I'm afraid I'm so rusty with the pleasantries. Ah, yes. I am Mrs. Millinery Lavelle. And this is my chambers. And you are welcome within them. Especially, you turn to smile to the other two at Mackie and Sniffstout. Well, I do not often get to entertain gentlemen.
She's got a crush.
Mackie's gonna whisper Snips out. She's got a crush on you.
Well, this is what the ideal body looks like, so I understand.
And
I can't tell what you're saying, but I'm so glad I can't hear you.
and I think he would. He might respond with
Well, it's not that often that I'm treated as such a nice tea.
and he'll. I think if tea has been poured already, it probably might not be the smartest idea, but he'll sip it.
Yes. It tastes. Actually, roll your kobold chef.
Oh no.
Yeah. 13.
That's pretty good. So, it tastes like the tea that you drank before you came down into the caverns. That last cup you had in the world above before you descended into the darkness.
Cool. So nothing spooky or fishy.
Mackie's gonna go up to the lady. Okay, so I have a theory. And he's gonna put his hands on her mouth and like close it. Like, okay, try to talk.
Well, so forward. Are you like this with all the women?
Does he see her mouth move, or like can he tell it's telepathy?
What? Okay, yes. No, the mouth does not move.
Okay. Just as I suspected. Do you mind if I have some tea?
No, not at all. And a man of perception and boldness. I see. A man of means as well, perhaps.
Sure, whatever. He pulls out his chemistry set and starts taking little samples of the tea and putting different chemicals into it to see if he can figure out if there's anything in there that might be unstable.
Okay, yep. So while you set that up for a moment, we'll have you roll in a second.
Okay.
What about the other four of you? Did you respond in any way to this?
I'm in awe of her decor, because if it's this beautiful place in a spooky cave,
yes.
So I'll ask, Madame, what was it? Baguette La Fifi.
No. Millinery Lavelle.
Millinery Lavelle. Beautiful. I love this beautiful estate. How long have you been down here?
Oh, yes. Is it not? Oh, it is a wonderful place. I have Oh, it has been since my 15th birthday when I was brought to this wonderful chamber. I must say I'm quite proud of. I've put great work into it over the last while.
You have. And I know
Yes.
a lady should not ask another lady, but, you know, you don't look a day over 17, but
Oh, you flatter me. Thank you.
long would you say you were down here?
Oh, I don't know. Let truth be told, the days blur. But I imagine. Oh, I should. I do must say I do. Whoops, we've lost somebody. I do. I must say I do somewhat feel the press of the time coming on. Thoughts going through my head that perhaps it's time for something more, for to meet the right person.
There are many eligible bachelors on the surface.
Ah, yes. Sadly, few of them come down to visit.
I know playing hard to get is
Especially-
a great thing,
Mhm.
but if they don't know you're on the market,
Ah, yes, but sadly, my servants do not travel far, and when they come back, they are so often alone. But let's not talk of sad days of the past. This is a time for happiness, enjoyment, light talk, and good food. Sit, enjoy. Please. You have not yet tried your tea. Nor, I must admit, I apologize, but I have not yet learned your names and your families.
Oh, well, I'm Sniff Snout of the Mudbuck tribe.
Ah, Mudbucks. Yes, a noble lineage.
More brave than noble. Knights and such.
Oh, a questing knight. Roll your storyteller.
Yeah.
Get a 10. This is
Oh, 3. Triple
All right.
ones.
yes. So, and as she leans in towards you, you find she leans in Nero, and she listens avidly to you, and you realize that she's hanging on your every word, interested in every single thing you have to say, every thought that leaves your snout.
Sweet. I think there's like a montage of Sniff Snouts telling kobold stories that I think they amount to like middle school playground brawls of just like that is the biggest and bravest actions he can describe are just like
Well, one time this guy was talking shit about another guy, and then proved him wrong by punching him real hard.
and all while sipping tea. And
Truly, it reminds me so much of my brothers. Oh, I miss them. I miss them so. The kind of people I've wished I could meet to spend my life with. Again, the laughter we had.
Well, there's plenty of us up above, on the surface.
Oh, but I'm sure none like you.
Well, I mean, no, of course not. But, I mean, if you're looking for friends and company, not much you can do down here.
No.
You mentioned brothers. Are they on the surface? Do they also have beautiful palatial estates and
Oh,
servants and suites?
yes. Oh, yes. It is a gorgeous castle where we lived. A wonderful place.
Lived. There is a past tense there. Where are your brothers now?
Oh, still up there, I believe. In the
Well,
I like to think of them, the times I must be having in the gardens. But where we spent our childhood, perhaps with their own
Good.
wives and children.
Why not visit them? Relive your glory days. You're never too old.
It is true, yes. Oh, sadly, I cannot.
Oh.
I must tell you, a most terrible fate has befallen me. A most,
What kind of curse?
oh, you believe me?
Oh yeah.
You understand? It is, yes, a most wicked witch consigned me here, sent me down to wait for the one true love. And here she leans in towards she leans in towards Mackie, but just a bit more in towards Sniff Snout.
Dear.
Oh, yes. Love, you say. Right. How did you get the tea down here?
Oh, as I said, my servants said I cannot express how much I appreciate their continued work for me. And of course, I made and brewed myself. A lady must be a master of these skills. I'm so glad you appreciate it, even if it is in a somewhat unusual way of imbibing it. And she's staring at your thing. Speaking of, roll for it.
All right. Roll 4d6. $17.
Ah, good. So you pour the tea into the vials, and then start adding little reagents and reactants to see what color it will turn and whether it catches on fire. And absolutely nothing happens. You stare at it, and while there are green sulfurous fumes pulling out of it and strange smells blowing up, that's just your stuff. I mean, that's what these do.
Okay.
I mean,
Can he attempt to make it into like a paste? Like a.
Yes, you reach down to it, but it's as you go to pour it out, you sniff and look at the color as it changes, and you've appears to have boiled away. There's no trace of it left.
Can I check the other teacups?
I mean, if you grab it out of somebody's hand.
Sure. Whoever's nearest to me.
Mhm.
I'm not drinking it, so you can have it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not interested in tea.
I don't want to step on anyone's
I never
toes,
drink tea.
but I think the mention of love sniffs out as a kobold storyteller, so he's kind of probably obsessed with stories of knights and fair maidens and all that. So I think he might respond. And
Well, if it's love you're looking for, kobolds have all kinds of things to say about love.